Everyone, welcome back to the Tea House. We are here for another session of Casus Immortalis. It should be a good one today, but you know, it always is. We're really excited to get back into it. It's our Saturday campaign. Just a few quick announcements before we jump on in the session, though. We've got some really cool things happening at the Tea House soon. Just a reminder that Casus Immortalis, we only play 3 Saturdays a month. We take off the second Saturday as a break. However, due to some extenuating circumstances, we will not be playing this upcoming Saturday, but we will be back in 2 weeks for you guys. So don't worry, you won't miss us for too long. Also, we are back on Monday with Echoes in the Grey City. We continue our battle with Fargo. We have a guest coming in and tearing up the party. It's been a lot of fun. One of our PCs are currently downed and throwing death saves. So will they survive the next session? We'll find out. Hopefully they will, because we all love falafel to pieces. After that, we have Pick Up D&D tomorrow. We're so excited. We have like a party of 3 barbarians and 1 wizard going on a quest to protect a witch tomorrow night. So it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully it doesn't get too chaotic. It sounds like the wizard might have to control a few situations there, but it'll be a lot of fun, and we're excited to see that play out. If you want to play with us on stream, jump in our Discord server, because we post signups for every single one of our open games. We have 2 games a month that we open up to everyone. If you want to come play with us, if you want to jump on stream with us. We have Pick Up D&D, which you guys have all heard about. We all know and love. If you would like to join in as a character, it's going to be level 3 PCs in a 5th edition game. That is either 2014 or 2024 rules, because we play very loosey-goosey with Pick Up D&D. So we're going to have our next session of Pick Up D&D on September, I believe, 19th, I believe. If I'm wrong, it's the 3rd Sunday of the month, so you can go double check that for yourselves. So we're going to have signups open for that in the next few days, so hop on over to our Discord. Also, this coming Saturday evening, a week from today, we have our second one-shot. We're using the Daggerheart system. We're very excited because Nicole's wonderful brother, Mateo, is going to be running that session for us. And we also have our lovely friends from True Strike Podcast joining us that day as players. So we're really excited. Daggerheart is a great system, and we're all falling in love with it more and more. And we're going to be using some materials from the new expansion coming up. So we're really excited about that too. So come and join. And we're hoping to run more Daggerheart adventures in the future. So if you want to learn to play and you want to be involved, just jump in our Discord. I've said that 4 times already. So sounds like you need to join the Discord. Anyway, moving on, we have a very big announcement today. Nicole and I are going to be starting an interview series here at the Tea House. Name incoming. We don't know how we're going to brand it yet, but we're really excited because even before we've wrapped up our branding and everything there, we have our first guest. And we are so excited because it's the first time we're announcing it to everyone. But Keith Baker and his wonderful wife, Jen, who are working on an expansion for Daggerheart right now, working on a setting, are going to be joining us here on stream to talk about Eidolon, the Ghost Market, which they're working on with Darrington Press. We are so excited to have them. We're so excited to chat with them. And if you all want to ask questions about Eberron, about Daggerheart, about Eidolon, feel free to join the stream. We're going to be taking questions from you all. So jump on and ask some questions, and we'll get them answered for you by Keith and Jen themselves. Also, if you guys want some merch, we are going to be doing a little bit of a rebrand soon because our current logo is making people think that we're Tea House Mimi and not Tea House Mimic. So we're changing our logo a little bit. So if you want some of that legacy merchandise, just head on over to our link, which is below the stream here. But yeah, that's everything I think I have for today. I know that was quite a mouthful, so I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Adam.
Cool. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to adjust the music a little bit to be something more fitting. Let's see. This should work. So, you all hear a very rhythmic pounding on the tables around you as you hear a 1, 2, 3, and there are people that are just taking shots. 1, 2, 3, as you see the the crowd has started to gather within your little cafe that you guys have come to relax in, and people are celebrating Three Saints Day, a holiday within archery. That it seems the crowds of people that were coming to visit archery itself, right next to Driocht, was that you saw these long lines. We're all getting ready for this holy day in celebration, but the spillover has filtered into your small cafe. And Svea has taken the opportunity to gather drinks for everybody, take a little bit of a rest, and celebrate your well-earned success. And Svea asks a little bit more. And so, why were you fighting the Obsidian Order? As she looks for some clarification on what exactly transpired over these past few hours. And how did you get back from the knot?
Quite a story.
Well,
Let's just
we have
say
time.
we used some measures of coercion to get Orion to bring us back from the knot, and then Orion tried to teach us a lesson, and we ended up teaching her one instead.
Well put. All right. And over the course of the next few hours, as more and more drinks are piled onto the table, the evening gets more, the day goes by and gets more and more lively. And we'll say, who amongst you are partaking in the affairs, the celebration?
I'll have a little bit.
Mild. Okay. There are
Mild celebration.
Than is fully, just drinking and drowning. The celebration of life, having come back from the knot. And the crowd continues to pick up. And at a certain point, Grace, is positioned next to you, Ripple, the told folk that is been eyeing you for perhaps a little bit of time, as she ribs you kind of on this side. And what is there any other details that you guys wish to convey to the group of Svea and Grace? Is there any, like, above the table, like, things that you want to leave off and not communicate, or
I mean, I'd kind of like to tell them how pissed I am at Shinnok for leaving us in the knot and
yes.
testing us in such a mean way.
Yeah. Svea kind of perks up at that. She's like, he has a different mentoring style than most. I will speak with him. And perhaps
I would
if
also
you wish,
like to speak with him.
we can arrange that. And she kind of like looks off to the side and like looks like she's like casting some sort of spell. And you see Svea's got a mug of milk in front of her, and Grace is just drinking what looks like some really, really dark ale. And the evening, it starts to head to like the late afternoon as the sun is starting to set. And at this point, Than is starts to pull you aside, Ornick, and asks if maybe you guys can speak a little, away from the group.
Of course. What is it, Than?
Well, thank you. Thank you for, being a mentor to me, and I think perhaps we need to reevaluate this sort of relationship of sorts. I've
What?
spoken to you much and told you what to do, and I would ask, what are you looking for from me?
Well, for so long, you seemed to have all the answers for me.
I
I
do
didn't really
have
know what
many.
I was doing out here. But after you were trapped in the knot, I had to figure things out for myself, and uh, I don't know. I think I'm starting to like that. I'm starting to see that I can do this for myself. That I do know a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I know a lot to continue on with our work.
And what work
What do you
would
plan
that
to do?
be?
Well, with investigating these disturbances, investigating, I mean, now we know somewhat of what is draining life from this world, but continuing to fight it, I guess, is what I need to keep doing. What do
Yeah.
you plan to do?
Well, I wanted to ask for your blessing first. You know how sometimes people are just good at things and then they get promoted and, they become a leader or a manager, something, but then they're not actually doing the thing they were good at before. Um, I think that might have been me with mentoring. I know many things and I don't always feel adequate at communicating them. I feel like I speak at you rather than letting you speak. And
Well,
this time with you apart has given me a moment to reflect.
hmm, I suppose you have been what should I say that was mansplaining some of the things. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call it mansplaining. It was correct, but the advice, yes. And I think perhaps it would be best to be more of a partnership um,
Hmm.
in the future. I need to communicate this to our clan in Brokemount. I need to communicate and figure out what the elders think are the right thing to do first.
Mhm.
So I need to set off quite soon, but if I'm doing that, then I can't figure out what's going on with this leeching and whatever the Lich Lord is doing in the knot. So perhaps we could still remain a team, but apart.
Before having you separated from me forcefully, I would have been just as anxious to that. But I feel like you're right. Am I ready for this? Am I truly ready to go this on my own?
I don't think I can answer that for you, Ornick.
It does have to come from me. Hmm. I think I am. I
Perhaps you
think I
can.
can do that.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I don't know everything, and there's plenty of things that you still know, but that I don't. But I think yes, I do have to continue on by myself in that case.
And moves some of the elements and uses their sort of affinity for the elements and flows some alcohol, some water, ale out of a mug into their mouth. And, well, perhaps this more celebration is in order for your graduation. And
That's what it
perhaps
is.
you will find some mentees amongst your team, because they have perhaps much to learn from us in our ways. So,
Am I also to mansplain to them eventually?
when the time is right and you think they're receptive, you can teach them of our ways.
Do that.
Yes. But maybe not the one that stares daggers at everyone. I would avoid that one first.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't try
Holy
that.
men are usually quite benevolent. They would be best to communicate our ways.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're very receptive. Now, more drinks, and Than gathers more ale and a variety of liquors, and the evening is approaching. And Than gets up and starts doing some dancing and twisting around, and you forget at times that Than is like a catfolk until you see them like dancing, and there's just sort of this like litheness that you're like, I could not bend my bones or bend my arms and legs in that kind of way. And Morta, you hear a little faint presence in the back of your mind. As people are celebrating, what would you have been doing at this moment, you think, with everybody else, as Ornick and Than are apart?
I think I would have been sipping some beer just in the corner, watching everyone. I'm very much a people watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in dark corners,
As you're sitting in a dark corner, staring daggers, perhaps, you feel a faint presence in the back of your mind, and a voice you heard not more than 6 or 7 hours ago creep back in. Hello? As you hear Orion's voice kind of creep into in your mind.
The hell? Hello?
Morta?
How are you doing this?
I have certain affinities. One of them is psionics. Now, I think we might have left on a unpleasant circumstance.
Mm.
I may have misread you, but you seem a driven individual. Somebody who keeps a pragmatic mind.
Please get to the point.
All I'm wishing to communicate is that while your group and I may not be friends, perhaps we could still work together as needed.
It's exactly what we were trying to do before you attacked us and asked us to kill your comrades.
Well, to be frank, I don't think many of your team would work well with our values.
Okay, go on.
I think you might understand that sometimes the enemy of your enemy is helpful. If you think so, too?
I do. I do.
Then perhaps to earn some trust. Is there... What are you... What are you looking to do? What are you looking for? I find
Looking to defeat Ashrin, of course. Nothing else.
a fight.
Eventually.
I find most people in Bagenroth. They're either looking to flee or they're looking to fight. I don't think you're going to lay down.
No.
Now, I have left a little gift outside for you in good faith. Perhaps you could keep me appraised of that which you learn about Ashrin.
Okay. Will you be checking in on me like this?
You wait a few moments and you realize the presence that you felt just kind of like dissipated, like so quietly that you didn't even notice until it was just gone, and you're like waiting for a response in your brain and there's nothing.
So rude. Oh, I hate her. Okay, I'm going to slink outside and see this lovely present she must have left me.
You see like on a barrel next to the entrance, there looks to be like tied and kind of behind the edge of it is a small little pouch, black, with the insignia of the Obsidian Order.
All right, I'll pick it up and look
You
inside.
hear a little clinkling of like two little rocks inside or something.
Ooh, what are these rocks? What do I know what they are?
You see them, they look like little shards. Small, black, almost like obsidian look to them. Make a investigation check for me.
Anytime. I would love to. I'd love to. Wow, it's just a 12?
You saw very briefly that Orion threw this at you all when you were chasing her.
Hmm.
There was a brief moment where she threw some rock or something at you all, and there was like this implosion, and you all got like sucked together.
Mhm.
And that you just kind of remember this as being like some item or something that she like threw at you, this like little pebble thing. So you see two in there.
Okay.
And at that point, you see Shinnok is like whistling a tune, strolling through the streets, walking towards the tavern, or the cafe that you all are, and does not seem to have spied you yet outside.
Okay, I'm gonna slip the stuff in my pocket. I'm gonna keep this on my mind, but I'm gonna keep it to myself for now. And I'm gonna slip up next to Shinnok and just be like, "You asshole."
You hear and you see like their whole skin just kind of like a cat almost, kind of like almost like crawls up and looks back to the side and sees you. And Svea did not say there'd be guests for our celebration.
Yes, we are
Enjoy.
all here, and I'm gonna push him in towards the rest of the party.
No, I mean
angrily.
I have many things to do,
No,
and
no.
let me let me perhaps get a drink and restroom perhaps. And
Mm-mm.
Shinnok, try as they might, is pushed into the cafe, Dewdrop Cafe, and you guys all see as Morta pushes Shinnok inside into the place, and you see the biggest grin that is just like rigor mortis on his face.
Good.
Friends, welcome. I'm so glad you made it back.
Nona's just staring at him, and she's not. Her face is just.
Are we allowed to use a spell slot to like extract a component from a spell and do something with it?
What do you mean?
So I have like the stinking cloud, which uses like a rotten egg as a component, and I would like to use it.
You'd like to use the rotten egg?
Yes.
You see, yeah. So we'll say for the sake of this, sure, you have some rotten eggs, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that perhaps.
Okay. I'll use a spell slot.
You don't need to use a spell slot. The components are not. Components are something you supply for your spells, not something that is created or anything. So we'll say it's not too hard to either find some eggs around here, and Shinnok is ushered into the seat by Morta next to you all.
Wait, can I pass the rotten eggs to Morta and be like, hey, can you try to slip these into his pants?
Yep.
Shinnok, well, you seem hale and hearty. Did you enjoy
No thanks to you.
But look how far you've come. I can see the experience in your eyes.
Oh,
Wisdom
I hate
that
you.
you've gained, and Ripple, my good holy man, the good and honest sailor.
I very obviously just turn towards Grace away from him and continue that conversation, ignoring
Grace
anything
is,
he's trying to say.
Grace is just like leans into you. So you're a sailor? I mean, sorry, that was not her voice. I forgot. Give me a second. We'll switch to that in a beat. As Shinnok is like, Ornick, wise and I'll admit to you all, I think I might have wronged you, and I'm sorry. I wished for you to grow and to learn, and I see it might have been difficult and perhaps a bit too abrupt and harsh. But look how far you've come. See? He just like pleads with you all, and I was coming here to celebrate, and perhaps that's the perfect thing to do right now, to celebrate your return.
My little bro's gonna sue you.
I am not officially a citizen of Duriok Towers, nor of Archery, so any laws of this material plane are not subject to me, but I understand the sentiment.
You sent a little underage dude.
Okay, just to be clear, I sent you guys dragged the little aged dude. So, I can't let that one go, but I think you all And Shinnok continues to try to assuage you, and perhaps there should be gifts. You know, I can make it up to you in some way.
Go on.
Perhaps we can walk the town and procure something you've had your eyes on, maybe. I'm sure you're always
I don't
looking
think
for
I-
another dagger or some.
I don't think we are ever going to follow you anywhere.
Yeah, I
again.
think we learned our lesson there.
And the first
Nice
lesson
try.
has been taught. And Shinnok, when you say that, is just like you said, like the thing that made him the most happy. When you said you'll never. The first lesson is to never trust anyone.
I'm gonna slap him upside the head.
Good. Okay, I was about to, but Morta needs to do it. Okay.
Make a attack roll.
Oh no.
No. I just wanted a small slap. Oh,
yeah.
that's-
As she
not
does.
damage.
I
This
know.
is not damage. This is just for him to see whether he dodges it or not.
an 18.
As she
That
does, I'm going to
does-
use thaumaturgy to change her eyes to go black as she slaps him.
You go to he goes to dodge, but at the last minute you just catch the snout that sticks out, and you just slap his nose to the side and spits out some ale that was in their mouth, and he looks at you and is like, very deserved. Very, very, very deserved.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you've learned the first lesson. Perhaps we can learn more lessons together. My students, my mentees.
We are not your students. We are far too old to be students, and it sounds like you need to learn that for yourself.
Not to mention what happened to your last students.
Noni,
Truly.
don't worry. The whole world is my student. I will teach you all. whether
I'm
you
gonna
wish it
step
or
up and
not.
I'm gonna slap him across the goddamn face.
Noni, what do you? and roll an attack roll to see if you hit Shinnok this time.
Natural 20.
I was getting bitch slapped.
I'll let you. This is just a full side of the face, and Shinnok is just thrown out of his chair as you just clock him in the side of the head, and
Using
falls over.
thaumaturgy, Nona is going to make her voice boom loudly, so it almost it shakes the floor around Shinnok. Her eyes go black, just as Morta's did a moment ago, and she almost appears to grow taller in front of Shinnok as she stands up, in a booming voice, yells, "You bitch!" and just
Shinnok, in a little bit of fear creeps into his eye, whether it's feigned or not. You clock the side of his face, tumbles out, almost pulling the table down, before he rolls into it on the shoulder and then pops back up, and you are so much stronger and strong, and massages his face, and
You are never to refer to me as Noni again, and you are also never to refer me as Nona again. It is mistress only.
Whoa. I did not think we had that kind of relationship, but I am for it.
I'm gonna just
And-
backslap him.
And
The back of my
you
hand.
see that Shinnok is ready this time, but doesn't dodge out of the way. And just
Oh.
takes it and says, "You know, I think perhaps sometime we can go to the hills together." I think
I'm walking out the front door, and I'm just gonna lean against the
No,
wall
don't-
outside the
don't-
tavern. I'm done. Nona's gone.
Mistress, don't leave. I will go first. You all can stay and celebrate, and
I'm gone.
perhaps you can And Shinnok, just let me know if there's something you would wish, something you need, some issue that you have, and let me know, and I can. Only the best for my students. Now, I will take my adieu, and meetings and the such, and just kind of backs out, not turning their back on you all, sort of massaging their cheek, and heads out and gives a little bow at the exit, and with a little flourish, disappears out the door. Sophia speaks up. Was that the meeting you were hoping for?
Pretty much.
I think it went some places, but your heart was there.
Yeah, it seemed like...
Bro got kind of turned on by the end, I think.
is a side of him I've not seen. But, like all good secrets, they will be revealed with time. But I do think he was honest. If there is some item, perhaps, or need of yours, perhaps better armor, some, weapon or something, or perhaps just a contact. I think you can leverage his... I wouldn't call it earnestness, but, desire to continue your relationship. But if you wish to cut ties, I would not blame you. So. Anyway, as Sophia goes and gets another mug of milk and looks back at the rest of you, I think... And she just kind of settles back. And we'll cut back to Ripple and Grace, who are holding a conversation a few minutes earlier. You guys hear a slap as Grace does not turn away to hear the slap, and it's just leaning on the table, looking at you, and it's sailor. I like to swim myself.
A sailor of sorts, yes. Are you more of a saltwater or a freshwater girl?
I'm in a kind of water that you like, but actually fresh water.
Have you been to the ocean before?
I have heard of it, but well, it's a little far away from my pond.
That may be true, but it is water as far as the eye can see.
That is interesting. But tell me more about you. What brings you so far away?
I haven't spent much time on land, and the crown has brought me in this direction.
Oh, it seems our fates are entwined. I myself have been looking for the crown as well.
And what do you want with
back
it?
to my clan.
Oh.
So, if you ever find it, let me know.
Will do.
Do you have a drink of preference?
At this point, probably just some water. Probably have a couple of empty, alcohol glasses in front of me, whatever we were drinking.
Nothing like a glass of water.
It's true.
And she goes off and just kind of looks away back at you, and then just kind of heads off to get some water, leaving you for a few minutes.
I will turn back to the group and see what's going on at this point.
Nona's still kind of outside the front door, leaning, just like with her head back, just staring up at the sky.
Morta's back in her corner.
As you are waiting for the waters and whatnot, you see that Sphia kind of speaks back up to those who are present nearby. At this point, is probably Ornick and Gab and Ripple. Perhaps you can communicate to your team, but I think perhaps a rest might be due. And I can look around for jobs and opportunities, perhaps, and you all can, well, do whatever you wish to do in some downtime. Or if you wish to head off immediately, I understand if there's something burning, but there are many people in this town that you could indebt yourselves to, or do something for yourself, perhaps at the same time. I am pleased that we have earned each other's trust of a sorts. Now, I can't see my students. Sorry, my students can't see me getting plastered, so I am going to head off. But I wish you all the best on this Three Saints Day. And should you need something, only ask. And she drops off a little token that indicates that you guys can enter the Driocht Academy as needed, sort of easily. Basically, it's a hall pass basically to get in and around Driocht Towers as needed, including like the library and other places. And you all are left there for a few moments, and as the crowd is getting more and more riled up, you guys see Remy, who walks in, and trailing him a slightly taller, sort of golden-haired woman that had been chasing you to find Remy for a few moments. Back when you guys were in Driocht. And the room is so loud that not all of you maybe see or hear at first place. But the woman walking behind, kind of, say maybe like 6-7 years older than Remy, kind of steps forward like she is ill at ease in this kind of establishment. Like she's a little bit more used to something formal. Very sort of well dressed, like a cloak around her. And you guys see almost like a golden tattoo, or sorry, a silver tattoo around her throat. Just like there's just almost like a whole neck is just like tattooed around with just like silver. And Gab's sister is steps up behind Remy as Remy immediately clocks you, Gabriella, and is like, Gab, look,
Bro, what the
family.
Bro, what the hell?
Wait, what?
Bro. I thought we were gonna keep. Damn. Okay.
No, like, you guys, I know you don't get along, but if we just got you guys together, I think you guys could make amends, and we could be like a family again. Look, I didn't
that's
bring.
very sweet of you, little
I
bro.
didn't. And you see Seraphine has just got her hands like this, her arms crossed, not too dissimilar from pose that Morta often carries. And Seraphine is just like looking at you, and Remy is just like, we can. Look, we can get along again together. I know I said we keep you separate, but I talked to her. She said, you know, she just wanted to talk. Right? And Seraphine kind of looks and it's kind of
How's it kicking, Seraphine?
hello, Gabriella.
I see you're mixing metals. Yeah. What led you to that decision?
Mother and father have deemed me worthy of the family crest. Now, I came for one purpose only. My estranged sister. Remy, could you get us some drinks, please? And Remy, is like, sure, yeah. And Remy just like heads off to go get some drinks as she puts her hands behind her back and just kind of like looks down at you, figuratively and physically, and leans into your like ear. You will never touch Remy again. You'll never take him anywhere. I have kept him safe from our parents and from the outside world.
Okay.
Why-
You seem to not like it anyway, so I don't think you have to worry about that.
Perfect. So perhaps it's best if you just disappear again.
I'm gonna want some money for that. No. Maybe. No, that's not.
Is that all it would take?
No.
By all means,
No.
if I could pay you to leave from our lives, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Why do you hate me so much? Is it because you also wish that you had escaped? Are you jealous?
Remy at this point steps back up and she kind of pulls back and it's like, well, I think we've had a discussion and don't worry, Remy. It's I think Gab was just telling me that she's not planning on staying very long. Isn't that right?
No, I just said I wasn't taking Remy anywhere against his will. Well, I didn't say that exactly, but that was it. Yeah.
You see Remy kind of like looks at her like confused
He
for a
wanted to
second.
come. Shinnok said that we would get internship credit for it, but he didn't follow up.
He did say I would get some internship. I don't really know what an internship is, but you know.
It's credit for your education.
Well, I do like being educated. Remy, could you get us some more drinks? And she just like downs
She needs
the
another
drink. And Remy's like, okay. And you see this time Remy like runs to go get the drinks to like get back.
What have you been up to?
I don't hate you. That's long past. I just don't want you in Remy's life. I don't think you're a good influence.
But you barely know anything like about.
Can you just fucking leave? Okay?
Shit. No.
I have kept him. She at this point she's like getting angry, and you see like she keeps like a calm sort of diplomatic demeanor the whole time, but just like being near you is like breaking her. And why do you come back?
Why do you care?
Remy, you will turn him into you.
No.
I don't want that.
Bro wants to sit in the town and read books. He said he didn't like it, like, so.
So then what's the problem with leaving?
I like this cafe. You know?
You can stay in the cafe.
I'm not coming up to, like, Remy's room and, you know,
Perfect.
stealing him away or anything. Like, that's like child abduction. Like, I'm not doing that.
She kind of like breathes deeply for a second to like regain her composure. Just perhaps it would be best if we let Remy grow up without the ideas of adventure and other things in his life. Is that so hard? As she whispers this, and you hear a familiar creeping of your family's magic in her voice to your ear. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I got 17 plus wisdom. Yeah, 17.
Your sister just tried to use your family's tongue on you. The subtle words, the suggestions, the commands, and you feel yourself just barely resist. That the force
Dang, I
of
should have,
that
like, resistance against that.
creeps into your mind, and you see what she did in truth. And she looks at you and looks kind of surprised that you resisted it.
Can I try to do it back at her?
Are you going to try to command her?
Oh
or
shit, no, I
suggest
can't
her?
do that. Yeah.
I mean, you can if you wish. This is more of a self-imposed rule than necessarily a mechanical one. Are you going to?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it for this one time. Because she
In
just did it
the-
at me.
Is this out of anger?
Yeah.
In the anger, sort of the heat that builds up as you realize what happens, it would be so easy for you to do the same. And what do you suggest or command
I'm gonna
of your
lean
sister?
in and say, go shit a brick.
And she makes a wisdom saving throw. With a natural 6. And you see she stands up. You see her, as like somebody who is like just soiled themselves, and Remy, I think it's time to go. As Remy's like, wait, I just got the drinks, and Remy like follows after. See you later.
Bye,
Go.
we had a good talk.
And
As they're walking
you
out the front door, Nona's going to be making her way back in, and she's going to look at them walking by and just.
you see that Remy is like, what is that sound? And as you guys creep out the front door, as your sister seems to know of you now, and in Remy's attempt to make the family whole again,
Oh.
further seems to divide it, and the squelching dissipates, and the evening picks up, and we will settle now, as you guys have about a week of downtime to do what you wish. And as you guys think about what you want to do over the next week, or if you guys want to decide and do something beforehand, Svea has gone to speak with some of her contacts and friends within the city to see if there's any things of any jobs or things of interest that might entice you all. And we'll take a little break as you guys think about what you also want to do over the next week. So
All right, you guys, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break, but don't worry, everybody on stream will be back in just a second.
Welcome back, everybody. So, have you all thought a little bit as this downtime approaches, and you have about a week, that Sophia said she'd look around and you guys are welcome, or if you wish to do something else. So perhaps it'd be best for you all to talk a little bit and above the table or below the table or in the table, I don't know.
I am the table.
Nicole is the table. Are we all kind of in camp right now? Are we still in Dew's Tavern?
Sure. We'll say you're back at your outdoor retreat.
I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna do on the table with the party, but so I think we may have learned a few lessons in the knot, and please do not let Shinnok know that we may have learned a few lessons, but one of them I think we might need to be a bit better prepared for what's coming. I think I could use some better armor. Is there anything else that anybody needs to prepare to make sure we're ready, Morta?
Yeah, I also could use some armor. Feel bad
Mm.
being a little sack of meat every time we fight.
I have a decent chunk of change that I could use. I'd rather not take anything from Shinnok because he's a little bitch. But I wonder if there's like maybe a job or two we could do in order to earn some gold to get better equipment. I mean, Gab,
Oh,
do you
that'd be
have any
nice.
ideas? Yeah, do you have any
Well,
ideas?
Svea said
With your
that she
cupcake?
had some jobs that she knew of.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I can send message to her because I have send as well.
okay.
We would have to go all the way back there.
For the sake of this,
Um,
is this happening before the 7 days or the...
Maybe like right at
Oh.
the start.
Okay, gotcha.
Ripple or Nick, do you have any thoughts on what you plan to do?
I think I'm probably going to spend some time creating some stored spells and strands.
Fascinating. Okay,
How
so
did
I
your
guess we
date go,
can.
Ripple?
That's true. How did your date go with Grace? I saw you two looking into each other's eyes quite heavily.
Oh, it was different. Wasn't expecting to find someone quite like that this far inland. Sort of like being back on the coast.
Think there'll be a second date?
As
In a good way.
Possibly. Things are very busy right now, so maybe after everything is sort of settled down.
Well, I'll be curious to see the outcome of that. Glad you were able to have a little bit of fun. Well, Morta, are you more inclined to do a job for money or...
Yeah, I definitely need some new armor, so I'm
Okay.
ready to do what's needed.
I'll
much
go ahead
gold?
and do send message.
you'll cast sending?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to clarify, how much gold does everybody have? I think Ripple is keeping track for...
I have 111.
I have 144.
Okay, gotcha. So everybody's keeping their own...
Yeah.
Didn't we get? Yeah,
Yeah.
we got the 500 and split it up.
Yeah,
right?
everybody got 100
Yeah,
gold
we
last
did?
session.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
I have 108.
oh wow, so we got some
Mhm.
money.
Did we?
Oh, yeah, we can shop around first and see how much money we need before doing a job even.
That's true. Like,
That's
I don't
good,
know
yeah.
how much does armor go in this town?
like
It depends on what kind of armor you want.
good armor.
How much
would
would I
have got for
Pickles
that
has
split?
no, he'd probably like
100.
I do
go
not.
crazy if we went and tried to visit him.
I do not want to see pickles again.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to see pickles either.
Can
I also
like,
have armor of... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say like I want to buy some candy and like throw it in his alley, but that was it. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? You're something about armor.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have armor of gleam right now. Can I sell that for money? Because I don't really want to wear it.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay.
So
I guess
for the
Gabriella lead
sake
us
of
to the
this,
marketplace.
yeah, for the sake of this, we'll like operate on a like there are armor around. We're not going to like roleplay the armor stuff outside of like something exceptional. Like if you guys are looking for like magical shit, then like there'll be a limitation. We'll like figure that out. But if you're just looking for armor, there's regular smithies that are in Driok Towers. And if you want it like decorated or something else, you know, we can figure that out. But for those who can wear light armor, which I believe is Morta, and who else is wearing light armor currently? Okay, so
Pretty
you
sure that
guys
I
can
am.
get studded leather armor if you want, which is 45 gold. So it's just the regular, regular price right now.
I think I started out with studded leather, so I'm good to go.
I didn't know if you started with like leather or studded leather. So,
I just have
and,
regular leather. What was the difference in?
it gives you 1 extra AC. So it's 12
Okay.
plus your dexterity modifier instead of 11 plus dex, which might not seem like a lot, but is an extra 1 on the d20. So it adds up. If you are Ornick, are you capable of wearing medium armor? As a druid?
Yes, I am.
So if you want,
yeah.
there is medium armor. So what is your dex modifier?
0.
Okay. So if you want, you can get medium armor that would be better in terms of like you can get scale mail, which will then give you 14 plus your dex modifier. So, and that would be 50 gold, but that's a medium armor and it gives you disadvantage on stealth. But since you don't have any dex modifier, it's probably better for you to go with a medium armor in terms of like pure AC.
Sure, yeah. She is not stealthy
So
anyways.
So if you want this, you can put scale mail and just say your AC is 14 plus dex. You get disadvantage on stealth and it's 50 gold.
Okay.
Ripple, are you changing anything? Are you staying with light armor?
I'm going to keep my armor. I'm going to spend 4 days, if the table that I linked is correct for the 2024 rules, creating 4 strands, 4 scrolls that are level 1 spells. And it should be 100 gold to do that, based on that table.
Sounds good. Is this like your feat, or is this just like crafting rules, or?
Just like the general scribing spell rules, I figured, since I can do strands,
Gotcha.
I could make some level 1 spells.
Yeah. We'll say I'll make that half the cost because you do have that crafting feat. So
okay.
I think that crafting crafter or whatever it is,
I gotcha.
does like try to give you something.
Okay. So in that case, I'm still going to do the same number, but it'll cost me less. So I'm going to do 4 spells in total.
Sorry, 20% discount. That's what it would be.
Yeah, 20. Okay, I gotcha.
It says when you buy or whatever, we'll give you 20% off.
Cool.
So,
I'll take it.
So you have 4 spells for 80. Gab, are you doing any difference? Or you can only wear light armor, right, Gab?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm just upgrading to studded leather because I had leather before. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And Noni, are you looking for better heavy armor?
Oh, I hate that. Yes. Currently I have chainmail. I think what I'm only capable of going up to is splint right now, splint armor.
Yeah.
I'd like to do plate armor, but I know that's very expensive. So I don't think that's possible yet, which is fine. So I think
you
go ahead.
Could sell your armor of gleaming in the magic town, this town of magic, and use that to offset the cost by 100 gold.
The problem is at least by D&D rules, splint armor is 200 gold pieces, but plate armor is 1,500. So I don't think I'm able to do that.
I meant just the splint armor.
Okay, gotcha.
You would be able to offset the splint armor if you wanted. So you could, your AC will be 17. and
Mhm.
the splint armor will cost you 100, but you'll give up your armor of gleaming.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we'll say for the sake of that did not cost anybody time to do that, like out of the 7 days or whatever. But that's just sort of above the table. Is there any other things you wish to like change for yourself, or like purchase or procure, or use Shinnok to do, or are you going to just do your downtime?
I use the herbalism kit that I used the last time to like make some potions?
Yes, you can. You could find some people, and you could basically try making potions over the course, if that's how you want to spend your week. This will be something that we'll say roughly it's one thing that you're doing for the whole week. So,
One thing, okay.
unless there's like something that's like innocuous that doesn't take time, like have a conversation with somebody or whatever. But like this kind of
Right.
communicates your efforts over the course of the week. So if it's crafting, it'll be crafting. Is that what you want to do?
Is there any other like
I mean, so like
nice
to give you
training
ideas,
things I could
you
do?
guys can go to the library to try to research things. You could try to talk with people in and about archery, or, you could kind of spy. You could, there's a variety of like skills that you all have that you might be able to leverage. You could, like, for example, if you're connected with like druid people, you could see if there's like, are there any druid clans or like people in and around the city, or spirits perhaps, or like, you know, checking up on what Ashrin is doing. There's a variety of things that you might have some of the skills for. These are just like, and there also might be stuff that you want to do. So, Ripple, I think you said you're going to spend most of your time crafting.
Yeah, I will, while I'm crafting each day, because it takes 8 hours to make each scroll effectively. I'll find, local ponds and stuff to just hang out in, and, I'll just be out in nature for those 4 days.
Okay.
Just sitting on a lily pad.
Yep.
No wonder Grace likes you so much.
I was gonna say with Grace.
I mean, if she shows up, then she shows up.
She does show up.
The wetter the better, right?
You're right.
Grace,
Morta. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. Morta is definitely picking up some studded leather armor so that she's less squishy. And then she wants to slink off by herself and learn more about these black shards that Orion gave her.
Cool. So, how are you going to try to do that?
See, I don't know. I feel like, is it something I can read about, or is it something I ask about?
It depends on your tact that you want to take.
I want to investigate. So I guess it could be a little bit of both when you're investigating, a
Sure.
little bit of
We'll say
reading, a little bit of
you
interviewing.
do a little bit of reading, you're careful with like your wording and stuff. Make an investigation roll for me. It'll be DC of 10 will give you like base information. DC 15 will give you like quite a bit, and DC 20 will reveal, perhaps something that you're be quite useful.
Okay, it'll be 19. Nice.
So you see, as you're reading through, references to shards of conjunction, which is something you guys had heard before, and you're like, okay, so I have one of them. But you also see reference that these are, people don't know how to get a shard of conjunction, they just find it. Like, they see the obsidian conjunctions, these like obelisks that are dotted across Bagenroth. These like large, sort of almost like quartz, black quartz like looking structures. And it catches your eye because you hear that this is where the Obsidian Order got their name from. they have been interested in this for the longest time. They started off as like archaeologists, and they pivoted using some of the technology that they helped develop using these shards of conjunction. You hear that axiom? A lot of the gnomes there are experimenting with shards of conjunction. So like as far as where there's the most information about it, that's where all the new technology is coming out. And supposedly they all come, most of them are farmed, the shards at least are farmed from Ked. So on the map, there is an area called Ked, which is like a small sort of island on the other, or like peninsula on the other side of the Shattered Divide. And it's these, apparently there are giant floating earth islands up there. And it's where the highest concentration of this like shards of conjunction are found, like shattered ones. Most of the stuff that's found nearby has already been used or mined, or not mined, but like found, unearthed. And all that's left are just like the obelisks of conjunction. There's a lot of speculation about what it is, but it seems people seem to like align it with like the term like basically gravity. So some sort of gravitational forces is what it seems to do. So you have the two of those. You know that the Obsidian Order is extremely interested in this, and they've most of the money that they've gained from trade and other things they put towards this type of work. Is there anything else that you were looking for from it, or the on the game? Do I have it? I think I have it added. Under the items, there should be a shards of conjunction that I will set everybody to be. So I think you can see it now. See it?
You can see a map?
Under items, should be like on the right side where I put like the armor of gleaming and other stuff. There should be like a shards of conjunction.
Ooh, okay, yes, I see it now. Ooh, I see it now.
So you can use them in combat.
Okay.
Basically, it's like it kind of like implodes everything towards it, and depending on how you use it, it can damage stuff or damage people, you know, that kind of thing.
I guess my only other thing I would do is see if people around here are dealing in it, or like, you know, there's like a source here.
You get the sense that there is one source, and it's pickles.
I knew it. I knew it
And
before you even
the
said
Obsidian
it.
Order keeps a tight. It's like drugs. Oh yeah, sure, whatever. You can find them. Shards of conjunction. There are almost zero around. They only are procured through the Obsidian Order, and it's why a lot of like outfits will end up like groups, outfitters will head to Ked to try to mine them or find them by themselves and bring them back for trade. But the Obsidian Order often buys them before they can even get back to trade. Keep control on the supply.
Do you want to go buy loads of candy?
Sure.
Yeah, and see if that works.
Morta likes candy.
Yeah, we can.
Now that she's done investigating.
Yeah, I want to go buy some candy, and then we can see if we can acquire some. Well, no, actually, I don't know anything about these shards, so I don't know anything about. I just want to go say hi, even though it might raise hell because he's like, you know, obviously pissed at us, but.
We'll say for the sake of this, Morta, you would have figured out that they keep a tight handle on who is allowed to have these.
Yeah, I'm keeping this information to myself still. I have not shared with anyone that I have the shards, that I have talked to Orion, or that this is what I'm investigating currently in the town. So.
Okay, so no one else really knows about this right now. Oh, okay. Ornick, you were crafting your spell scrolls or your strings. Sorry, Ripple. Sorry,
The,
Ornick. What were you doing?
That was potions.
Yes,
Is
yes, potions.
there
Sorry. We'll say for
anything
the sake of
specific
this,
that I can go for?
make
I've got a
a.
health.
We'll make a crafting check. So we'll say for the sake of this, make a nature check for me.
Okay.
You have proficiency in nature?
I do. That is a 14.
So this will be
because I rolled
14.
very sad.
Okay. So we'll say for the sake of this, you can either make 1 greater healing potion or 3 regular healing potions.
I'll do 1 greater healing potion.
Okay, so you can mark that down. So that's, I believe, 44 plus 4. If I'm not mistaken. Perhaps Ripple, you can cross check with that for me.
Let's.
And we'll say that it cost you about 50 gold in materials to make.
Oof. That is the rest of my money. I did go ahead and buy the armor, by the way. So there goes.
It's expensive
all of my
crafting
money.
healing potions.
Mhm.
There are supplies for it out and about, like it's a common thing, so it's not too hard to find. But Morta was reading up about these shards of conjunction, what they are, and the obelisks. Gab, what are you doing?
I want to go find some knickknacks.
What do you mean by knickknacks?
I want to like go like peruse the market and I just want to like get some random items like. Oh,
Sorry, what are you trying to achieve over the 7 days is more what I'm asking about during this 7th week of downtime.
Oh, I guess like with that, I was kind of hoping to like bolster my inventory a little bit, so I have some stuff to work with. You know, depending on the situations that arise, but I mean, she's always like trying to improve her like illusionary stuff. But that's more like a level up kind of a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so like you can't get like new spells and stuff, but like if you're looking for gear, you know, you can try to like we can say like you looked around and procured some like caltrops and ball bearings and all that kind of fun stuff. But if you're looking to boost your illusion, you could try to train with the academy for a week.
Oh.
There are, you know, people who are trained in illusion magic. Maybe they might be able to help you out. And they can give you advice if that's what you would like to do.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you head off to Driocht Academy, and you are offered whether to go to the sorcerer side or the wizard side under Svea or Shinnok.
Svea for sure. I don't.
You head there and you find there was a bunch of curios that you guys were around on the pedestals. What was the one? I don't think I saw.
Took one. It was like the
And mine player had
illusory
2,
mirror.
right?
Oh yeah, so the illusion side
Yes.
is under Shinnok. I apologize.
Okay. I guess I'm going there.
You see Shinnok welcomes you back. Oh, it's so lovely to see my disciples.
God,
Now,
I can't believe I'm doing this.
You're interested in illusions, and he kind of like conjures up his hand, and a little chibi version of you appears in it, and it's just kind of like bouncing up and down. Now, the first step in illusion magic is.
Bro, I thought I didn't think I was gonna actually be learning with you.
What? Is that an issue? Wouldn't it be best to learn from a master? I did fool you, did I not? As will you remember back to the time when he made an illusory version of himself and disappeared?
Oh, okay.
oh, cheer up. Don't worry. There's a lot to learn. Now, the first step to all illusion magic, there has to be a little bit of truth to it. The more spontaneous, the less likely they are to buy it. So, and Shinnok goes to teach you the wilds of illusion magic. Make a Arcana check for me, and we'll see how well. It'll be similar to everybody else. So DC 10, 15, and 20 gives you different things.
I got 17.
You got a 17? Okay. So at the end of it, basically teaches you the best way to trick people is to make it be something they're already like thinking about. Something that they're so the best way is often to already be like reading their minds in some way and playing into it. And at the end of it, he offers you a spell scroll to try out. And offers you a major image spell scroll.
Well, that's something.
Which is a level 3 major image spell.
I cannot wait to see how you use that.
And he's like, it was great to spend some time with you this past week. I'm so glad that we're now even. And heads off to go to teach more people.
I feel like gross. Yeah. Like I've
Nona
just
can
traded
relate.
something of my dignity, or something. I don't know. I just feel like I've lost some dignity. But here we are.
But gained a major illusion.
I did, yeah. So I'm like, it's worth it.
Nona, what do you wish to do over the week of downtime?
Well, Nona, I did consider her fighting style. She is able to change it during downtime, but she's pretty great with a great sword. And her two-hand fighting, probably going to stick with that. But I think what she would like to do is take as much time as she can to confer with Elian, so that maybe she can learn more, maybe talk to him about what she's learned from the knot and see maybe where the rest of his body is. I assume most likely part of that flesh monster at the beginning of the campaign. I hope not, but I would like to try and get more information out of him.
Yeah. The lion, it takes a little bit of time. We'll say for the sake of this, you learned like rudimentary sign from Ornick for the sake of this. So, and a lion communicates that he thinks his body is still out there, in the knot, likely with the Lich Lord. If the rest of the group was there, it seems likely that it's there. And a lion
Can I ask him about the handless? See if he was part of the handless, or
a lion?
Yeah.
A lion was separate from that. That was
Okay.
it seems like something that like just wasn't aware of it until you guys were discussing. But a lion does communicate that we're based on a feeling that make an insight check for me.
Okay. 14 plus 4, 18.
You think back to your time when you're watching everything going on in the Lich Lord's domain and around Lestheris. You think back to her. She was the only one missing. The group that you didn't see. and likely the other people were around there, so his body is around there, and he seems to think that the Lich Lord was who taught Listeris. Whether it was by whatever means that this, while she might have been with the Obsidian Order, she was really with the Lich Lord. And he's not fully certain about what's going on, but he is terrified of the Lich Lord. And a lion would, as much as a lion wants their body back, a lion is not ready to confront the Lich Lord again for his body. Is there something you'd wish to spend like a whole bit of downtime on? Because this is something I could handle over like, a course of a few hours or whatever.
Right. Not really. I would imagine she might do her own training with her sword. She's already upgraded her armor. Not really anything else Nona's super interested in doing other than like maybe doing drills with herself, practicing with her sword, trying to attune to Ashrin's sword a little bit more to understand it better maybe. Outside of that, nothing really specific.
Okay. Make a athletics check for me.
Okay.
DC 10, 15, and 20, same as before.
Do you have a +7? So 10 + 7, 17.
Okay. Let's say you gain 2 uses of battle maneuvers. So you can take a battle maneuver from the training and like I believe it's Battlemaster class. So you can take 2 maneuvers. So it's single use, one time, but you can just mark off 2 of them that you would have been training on, and then just mark them that once when you need it, you can use it.
Okay.
Personally, I'm a fan of. I think battle maneuvers should probably be more integrated into fighter classes across the board, but I think it's a complicated balance thing. Anyway, so you guys spend your week. I'll let you guys think about that. Is there anything else?
Really quick, sorry. Yeah, are those like consumable, like 2 period?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
They're
Thanks.
not something you retain. They're just like, and they last for a week.
Okay. After the downtime.
It's basically
week after.
it's kind of like you got it, you trained it, and now it's like in your mind, but it's only gonna last like a week if you don't continue to use it, kind of deal.
Got it.
Unless it's something that's like formally crafted, it expires. So. Okay.
At some
Was there
point during the
anything
week,
else anybody wanted to do?
towards the end of the week, after I'm done with my crafting, I'm going to find Nona. This is for you, and I'm going to give you a strand of healing word. Save it for when you think you need it.
Thank you. Are you sure this is not something you would want to keep for the other party since...
I can cast it innately.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She tucks it in her belt. She like, is there like a loop at the end of the strand? Like she can tie it to
it's
her...
designed to hook onto his vest, so you can hook it onto stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I'm just gonna hook it onto my belt.
All right. Next up is Morta. Same thing. Don't want to make it too long-winded. Fog Cloud. So level 1 Fog Cloud spell on a strand that you can use whenever.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to remember. James is trying to remember. Does Gabriella have healing?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I know both of y'all have healing. I have one more healing word and a create destroy water. Who wants what?
Create water, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. You can either create 10 gallons of water or destroy 10 gallons of water.
Wow.
So you can have that one, and we'll give the last healing word to Ornick.
Okay. I already have healing word.
That's okay.
if-
It's extra. It doesn't cost anything. It's just one-time use.
All right. Let's write that down. Adam, I was also curious about, since I was going through my inventory, Hex is still there, this rogue monodrone. Is there
Yes,
anything
yes.
that
You literally turn around as you're like, oh yeah, what happened? And you see Hex has literally never left your behind you. It's like trailing in your shadow because you told it to leave and it's just stayed behind you, silent, like a stalking robot. Much like
is there?
the Mind Flayer head that's still on Morta's belt.
Morta knows. Morta chats with it
Oh
at
my.
night sometimes. No biggie.
Is there anything that it does besides just kind of follow around?
Well, you've learned that it does the opposite of whatever you say.
Yes.
And you've only told it to leave, and so it has stayed with you. There was the one time you told it to follow you, and then it ran away, but you fixed that
Yes.
quickly.
There's that, yes.
So,
Okay.
you haven't really experimented.
I have not, but whenever I get a chance.
Sure. We'll say for the sake of this, you learn make an we'll say investigation or arcana check.
Do an arcana check. That's a 21.
Okay. You get the sense that something is fundamentally wrong with this Modron, and it's kind of broken. Like, it does the opposite of what it's supposed to do. These are creatures famous for, like, always obeying and doing, like, exactly what they're told to do. And the fact that it even exists is highly unusual. It's almost like an albino animal or something. And because of that, they're highly, like, hunted.
Is there anything that I can see of a way to repair it? Am I knowledgeable in that at all?
You would need to talk with somebody that's like an expert in this sort of thing. So perhaps like the gnomes in Null, or some like engineer or something. But you would need to find somebody that's like an expert in this sort of thing.
Okay.
But you also get the sense that it's actually the arms and legs that are attached to it were retrofitted. That they aren't its original arms and legs. And that you get the sense it was a much bigger body. Like, this was just like the small eye of like a much bigger creature.
Does that mean it has little dinosaur arms?
Yes, like stick like soldier kind of like arms and legs. That have been like retrofitted, but like clearly were not designed for the weight of this, because you see how like top heavy it is and stuff.
Okay. Interesting.
And it doesn't seem to be able to like communicate for some reason. Or it doesn't want to. You're not fully certain. So, the week of downtime ends, and Svea finds you all outside finishing a rest out in the outskirts, and just kind of like brushes some of the dust off of her cloak. Hello. Hope you've all found something to do with your spare time.
What part?
Wonderful. Well, I have been productive. But I would first ask, what do you all wish? I think you seem very self-driven and motivated. I suspect Ashran is still operating up in the north in the Blood Plains, but what do you want to do? Or is there something you're looking for?
I think we want to prevent her from coming back into power as best we can. We all know how much she ravaged this realm. she should not have the opportunity to do that again.
Well, I seem to have unearthed 3 potential opportunities.
Hmm.
While the Obsidian Order has kept much of this secret, they have a dig site in the mountains north of Axiom. That is an obelisk conjunction. Not sure if you all are familiar with this, but they mine these sort of not mine. They research this obelisk, these conjunctions. They haven't really learned much about it. It's not my area of expertise, but it is a long-standing mystery, and they have unearthed a obelisk that's in a. Okay, it's going to be very confusing. For some odd reason, all of the familiars in Driok Tower is left. I don't really know why. They just seem to up and leave one night. And supposedly there was a cat at the lead of them. And they headed off to the northwest. And apparently they made their way to this dig site and then they disappeared.
What did this cat look like?
Very stately, as far as I'm aware.
Oh dear.
Oops.
But this cat, or the group of these familiars, went to the dig site and then disappeared. But suppose the dig site is apparently some sort of old monastery that's up in the mountains. And the Obsidian Order is trying to figure out what happened, but supposedly they've been in conflict with something there. They're not letting much information out, but this is what I've gathered. So, second, there is a. Are you familiar with folk tales?
Depends on the
So
folktale.
there are wells that seem to hold power, and according to some figures in a valley called Mien, this one grants wishes. And about 25 years ago, it was captured by Ashran, and then it was used for some purpose, and now the wish was used up, and every 10 years, supposedly, the wish comes back. We are coming back to that time, and the regent of archery wishes to reclaim this land back from the insular folk there. There's this sort of backwoods community that seems to grow and live there, and they do not like outsiders. A number of guards, a troop that was sent there, have been disappearing.
Nona's ears perk up at the sound of a wish.
I can't say for certain what it entails, but be on your guard if you head that way. And you could either head on your own, or perhaps we can communicate with the regent to see if you wish to do this in their stead with authority. Now, lastly, the Duchy of Alloy. Far to the northeast, past Fane, is a small duchy of House Aloy. Very old but they were famed dragon riders in the past, though they've not been seen riding them. And ironically, now a green dragon seems to have been terrorizing their countryside. Their keep is all but the only thing left. Most of the villagers have retreated inside, and this duchy has been awash with green flame and illusions and all sorts of strange things. Miasmas. I think if you're looking for allies, House Aloy, despite being old, is the most honorable humans and dragon folk that I've met.
This might be a long shot, but perhaps that dragon could be turned to our side to help fight against Astron.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Ornak, you want to become friends with one of your ancestors?
I suppose I could. It's kind of an odd thing having some dragon blood without them being my real ancestors, but yes, I perhaps I will have more influence.
Interesting.
Above the table, I will communicate that you guys have reached level 5, and this location, whichever one you choose, can potentially become a bastion, if you wish. So, in D&D terms, basically, this is a base of operations that you can claim. I don't want you guys to like walk into this not having like any idea. So basically, wherever you wish, you know, you might, and let's say you don't want it, you could give it to somebody else for trade or whatever. But the idea is that there might be a base of operations that you guys can have as like a sort of team stronghold that you guys can build up or trade away or get, you know, your own archivist library, your own forge, you know, all sorts of like specialty things. It's kind of like building up your base kind of thing, and the idea in like a roguelike game almost. So whichever direction you wish to go, Svea communicates that there is land nearby and or keeps or forts or monasteries or groves that could be transformed into being a base of operations for you all as you gain more power.
Well,
Anybody ready to
we
settle
certainly
down?
have some interesting options in front of us.
Yes, I will head out. I have class today, but if you wish, is there any questions about these locations or opportunities?
This Duchy of Alloy, do they happen to have certain desires for how this dragon is handled?
You would need to speak with the Duke. But from my understanding, they have long been friends of the dragons, but not this green one, or at least it has.
For now.
Yeah.
Okay. And this Valley of Mian, this wishing well, is it widely known? Will many people be after it, or is
No.
it...
So I would gladly ask you all to keep this information secret. The Regent does not wish this to be going out and about. Having a wishing well is the exact kind of thing that gets everybody and their mother to run towards this area.
I would imagine.
I only know that the folk who live there are extremely private.
I am
They don't take kindly
curious,
to
is
outsiders.
this the type of wishing well that would perhaps restore a body to a hand?
To be clear, the tales say it grants wishes. What it fact may be different.
Hmm.
But it's powerful enough that the regent is willing to devote resources towards this.
Thank you.
Would I know enough about the history of the world to know whether or not places like that can grant wishes actually exist, or if they are truly just myth and story?
It's a long history
Okay.
and myths that surround this. But you know, all of these things appear because of some truth to it. There is, the not fun answer that sometimes these wishing wells appear because often people's wishes are related to health. And when people toss metal into a well, it performs some sort of anti, like some sort of medicinal effects by killing, stuff. But in truth, there has to be some origin for this sort of story. Oh, unless you have any more questions. Some of these could be for gold, they could be for favors, they could be for information. But I'll let you decide what you're interested in, and perhaps you can meet back with me. Off to educate the next generation. And she heads off to the Jurok Towers.
I've never seen a dragon before, and I would love to add that to my travels. However, I think all of the leads that we now have in front of us will bring us at least one step closer to Astron.
I agree with
I
you,
haven't been
Ripple.
either.
I do tend to personally lean towards the Valley of Mean or the Duchy of Alloy, the Dragon or the Wishing Well. But of course, whatever you all think is best, I happily go along with.
I think we could use some allies before we continue on. We run into a lot of larger groups of people. It could be nice to have some backup at times.
I agree.
Dragon sounds pretty cool too.
So,
Yes, it
Dragon?
does.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Right.
Dragon.
Dragon sounds good to me.
I guess off we go to meet a dragon.
As you guys come to an agreement, you speak with Sphia, and she asks how you wish to approach. Basically, you could go, and do this in favor of House Alloy. You could do this for the regent as sort of like an official envoy from the archery. You could do this for yourselves, and not, indebt yourselves, at least initially, and just decide what you want to do when you get there. But the region needs to be reclaimed and liberated.
Well, if the Duchy of Alloy are honorable, then would that be a good first step to make contact with them?
Talk to the Duke.
Yes, I can arrange that. And she kind of thinks about how do you plan to get there?
I mean, we've been walking this whole time, but do you have horses, a wagon, anything
I
else?
have something just a little bit better. And she heads off, and you see Sylvester come back around the corner, pulling a group of 5 beras, the giant capybaras that are the giant sort of mounts that, depending on your size, you can fit 2 to 2 to a Bera. So they provide 3 Beras for you all. And Sylvester pats the back of one of them. He's like, "These bad boys can go, up to 40 miles in a day," or whatever he says, and communicates that you can get to the duchy in about 6 days on Beras.
I'm gonna hop on the back of one.
That seems agreeable.
I would just kindly ask you don't make these dragon fodder.
We'll do our
Of course
best.
not.
We'll do our best.
Well,
I'm gonna jump on the one that Nona's on because we only have 3, right?
just look at this one. And he looks at the biggest one of the group. This is the mother, and if she doesn't see her children, it's going to be on you. And he takes her off to put her back in the stables. And you are granted Beras, and I will communicate to the duchy, the duke, that you will arrive in 6 days. Likely on the outskirts. That way you don't risk running into the dragon.
Thank you.
Do I know anything about how to approach a dragon? How to curry their favor, or at least not anger them?
Give me
Be
a
respectful.
nature or history check.
It's a 23 on the nature check.
Very successful roll. You have heard a lot of history about your folk and connections to dragons, especially your blood in particular. In the past, apparently there was a great big war between the dragons. This is something that's like kind of mostly communicated only amongst the clans. It's like, according to your history, predates Bagenroth. But there were a war between the metallic and the chromatic dragons. And until one day it ceased. Green dragons are the chromatic, often the evil dragons. While not always or exclusively, you haven't met a good green dragon. You also haven't seen many dragons in general. After that war, their numbers dwindled, and it's pretty rare to see a sighting of them. But the few that do live seem to work around the shattered divides. And you know that traditionally greenish or green dragons are not above making deals, but they are they're probably the most intelligent of the green dragons, or sorry, of the dragon types. Often associated with poisons.
Yeah. Poison. I also thought that these were Dragonborns are a different race. I wasn't sure how the
Yes. So
when I
dragonborns
made
are not
my
dragons.
character, it was like- right.
They
When I made my
are
character, I thought it was like okay.
like what?
That they're like a separate race completely, but it looks like they are originally hatched from dragon eggs, according to the lore.
I think honestly, it depends on the world. So in this world of it could be up to what you want, and maybe nobody even really knows because it happened so long ago.
It's all legend
there are-
in Aurora.
Yeah.
So there's just like people make up shit from where the Dragonborn come from. Basically. It's all
We'll
legend.
say for the sake of this, or at least for Bagenroth in this area, you think your clan, like the Dragonkin, the Dragon folk born, descend from dragons at some point. But how it happened and where and when is a matter for historians.
Fascinating.
Oh. You all are gifted stuff, treats, and little snackies for the road. And you hear a little message in the back of your head, Gab, from Remy. He's like, hey, so I don't think I'll be able to see you. I'm kind of stuck in the tower again. But maybe if you can swing by sometime. Bye.
I'll like reply to him, and say, like, for now maybe, but when you're of age, you'll be free to do what you want. You should be. And I'll be around.
Yep. The spell ends off. Is there anything else you guys wish to do before you head out? The road that you took back from Fane, now you tread in the reverse as you walk past the groups of many pilgrims who are leaving. Archery now, having concluded the Three Saints Day. And the celebration seems to have left many people haggard, but, renewed with Holy Spirit as they head back to their villages and towns and cities. And you guys easily lope past most of them as you're just like walking or mounted. Your barrows walk and lope past them. The countryside continues to, liven up as you get further away from the city and away from sort of like the cavern or the canyons and the hills. As you follow the river up north and then east. So finally, you are able to take a night's rest in Fane, if you wish, on the way there. And the town is along the way and able to house you all for the night if you wish, or to communicate with anyone there. You see the village itself is in good spirits. And Belagar is Belagar Forley, your captain, the dwarvish captain who was like from the crypt, has been fortifying this place, and has put at this point a full brick wall that surrounds this little village.
Well, I'm gonna walk right up to him.
Like,
Belagar, you truly wish
like
to
stands at
separate the
attention.
city from everyone outside. Well, hello. I know it's been a moment, but what is going on here?
It was my understanding that we sought to protect Fane from the oncoming war. Have I failed you somehow?
No, you're fine, Belagar. Thank you. I just think it breaks my heart to see this town become even more separate from the outside because of war. So, you're fine. I think you are doing the right thing. I just think it's hard to come to terms with the time we live in now.
Should we build more doors in the walls?
No, I
To
think
let
you're right to
people
protect
in?
the city.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Above the
I
table, what
will-
are Elian's parents' names again?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah, I was about to say because I couldn't find it in my notes just now.
I'll be honest. Lucy and Lucy and somebody else. I forget their name.
Let me pull out
I'm
my
not
old
gonna
notebook.
remember. I'm not gonna be able to figure it out. So, let's say Lucy and Lou
Oh no.
is not gonna come back to me. I can search my notes later, but for the sake of right now, we'll say Lou. The
Sorry, that's gonna drive me
the
crazy.
the head that's on you, the mind flayer head that's on your belt this whole time, occasionally like looks like, I sense a squirrel as it turns, and it like the head kind of like the eyeballs turn to the side as it looks, and you just see like a squirrel that's like up in the trees and is like looks terrified for like a half a second, and then it just like flees. And it seems to occasionally communicate, often telling you when something is nearby, something that it can sense.
Can
And
I like?
it seeks
Okay,
to
I
please
mean,
you.
I love that. I love that. I like pat its head. And it's like,
Little tentacles curl up and like kind of like
Yeah.
curl around your finger.
I like my little mind flare head guy.
Mick.
Mick.
Yeah, sorry, I got excited. Sorry, Nicole.
Mick and Lucy.
Yeah.
Is there something you wish to communicate to them?
Yeah, I'd like to go to them. Check in.
Yeah, basically they have a sort of renewed excitement in protecting the town. Most of the town has kind of like fully prepared, like they're like getting ready for war again. Their faces are excited to see you, Mick and Lucy as well. And they're, excited to see a lion for a few minutes. And you can see that they're grime on themselves from like building, like it looks like Lucy's preparing like the mortar, and Mick is, as with many of the men, are like preparing like firing the bricks. But the village is in some ways grown more insular, and sort of protecting itself naturally from this sort of thing. Though maybe it's for their own good. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I'd visit with them for a little while. Let them know I'm still working to restore Elian, and I'll join the rest of the party.
Yep. They thank you and they're excited, and offer you some fresh food that is different from the rations that you've been eating for the past few days. And you guys continue on as the bearers are raring to go. As you guys get closer to like the hills and the mountains, you can see the shadow divides like rising up on your on the east, and the hills of the duchy on your left, on your west. And as you're getting closer, you find the aforementioned sort of hilltop to meet at. A small road that heads off towards the duchy. And for the sake of this, I think you guys can see on the map. I will edit the full map later, but there's a small spot amongst the hills. And as you head over, you can see a contingent of horse-mounted, plate-clad troops that look battle hardened. You can see what looks like green tinges of like scorch marks almost on like the sides of their armor, and a contingent of 4 mounted horsemen kind of gently push their horses closer towards you all, and they look at you all, and kind of look you up and down, and they hop off the horses, and they look around, and you see one of them heads out to like look to be like a scout to make sure like nothing is like creeping up on you all. And they lock eyes. One takes their visor off their head and holds it on the side. You see a human, what looks like sort of short cropped hair, very sort of statuesque, like sort of like face, like stubble, and looks the part of like a noble, and but young, maybe like 25 or something. And he hops off and steps on towards you all and raises his hand and, would you demount, please?
I'll hop up.
I'll hop off.
Yeah, I hop off.
And they offer their hand to you all and greetings. We were informed of allies in the fight to reclaim the duchy. But where are your men-at-arms?
Look at him.
That would be us.
I apologize. I do not mean to belittle your capabilities. Was told to expect great help.
I would say the Fated Five, who took down the Obsidian Order, would be considered great help.
Have dismantled the Obsidian Order?
We've made strides in that direction, yes. They're a little bit
Ah.
afraid of us now.
Well, then perhaps our meeting was fated indeed. Now, you see the scout comes back and has like cleared around the area. I do not expect you all to be doing this out of the goodness of your hearts. So, good sirs, good dames, what does House Aloy need to earn your effort? Oh, apologies. I am the young scion of House Aloy. And he holds out, like, he like, kind of forgets that he's, you see, he operates as, like, a noble, but at the same, like, acts as, like, a noble, but forgets a lot of, like, the niceties and, you know, the formalities that is typically associated with, people of station. And the name is Brent.
Brent. Well, it is lovely to meet you, Brent. I am Nona. This is Morta, Ripple, Gabriella, and Ornick.
Ah. Dragonfolk. It is an honor. And you see the scout comes back and takes off their helm, and you see Dragonborn, as well. Many of your kin are long-standing family and friends of the House Aloy. Perhaps our friendship is a flourish. Now, greetings to you all. What is your... was made aware you are known of the issues in our duchy. What do you know?
You're dealing with a dragon.
Yes.
And you used to be dragon riders.
So my grandfather would say, but yes. Not for many decades have we been dragon riders. Now we mostly mount horses. Occasionally the sturdy Bera. But dragons are few and far between nowadays.
Did one of your ancestors ride this dragon?
Supposedly my grandfather was the last.
Hmm.
Brent the Elder. Well, my name is Brent the youngest, but the supposedly my grandfather did, yes, ride. Dragon.
It might be a long shot, but I think we were hoping that we could possibly return your house to its former glory and see you aid us in the coming fights.
If that were, you were able to return us. Are you implying we are not in? Well,
You're sitting on horses.
you wish us to return to the scaled steeds. You need to find me some dragons.
We know of one.
I was about to say, seems like you already have one.
Have is a awkward term. I would say more it has us.
Have you communicated with this dragon? Do you know what it wants, or do you have
Oh, we have
desires
tried.
for how to end this conflict?
Hopefully peacefully, but this dragon has seen little appetite for conversation. It has been rampaging countrysides like a beast, breathing its green flames and this miasma that has contaminated the countryside, the farms. Everybody has been retreated to our keep, which somehow has managed to hold, but not for long.
There must be something that it wants.
Yes, how long has this gone on?
Been going on for nigh a month now. But this green dragon appears, raises countryside. It has gathered some small army of sorts. I don't really understand if it's controlling them or if they worship it or what, but there are goblins and trolls and ogres that seem to obey it at the least.
Did this dragon just appear in the last month, or has it been known in the land previously?
It has been known before. It lived, and he references to the east, towards the Shatter Divides, and you do remember hearing tales from Broke Point about a dragon. But you, at the time, because you rolled a very high nature check when you were researching dragons and stuff, you did not hear, you heard reference of it as the color green. But you also heard reference to the color emerald. Or viridian. And it was known. And it did not terrorize your lands. But it did keep away.
Did something change more recently that might have angered the dragon? Or did it just appear without cause and start rampaging?
We know not. If we knew, perhaps we could address this, but we have not been able to get close. It has not come to parley. We have little other choice than to, unfortunately, put it down.
I see. It would be shameful to put down such a magnificent creature, but yes,
Were you
we will
to
find a way to.
figure out what is going on and amend the situation, we would be happy to return towards neutral terms with it. But for our sakes, we cannot go long. We are running out of food. The little shipments we receive from the Obsidian Order is expensive.
Yes, fair enough.
So, I ask again, what do you wish in return?
We wish for your aid in our upcoming conflict. We could use more.
What
More
conflict?
troops. Well,
Ashrin
I
has
would not
returned.
commit our... He kind of steps back a little bit upon you saying that. I had heard rumors, but I dismissed it as poppycock.
And these are truths.
Well, even for our own sakes, we must be rid of this dragon to prepare. We were not allied with Ashrin during the First War. So, I think we find common ground. But my father, Brent Sr., would need to be the formal negotiator to sign any agreements like this. But
does
you have my word.
your father know Draconic to speak with this dragon directly if we were able to get an audience?
All of our House Aloy speaks Draconic.
Excellent.
Sometimes we speak more Draconic than common. He kind of speaks of it kind of like knowing Latin, where like it used to be more useful and now it's just like really annoying, but like it is like the really strict elders that enforce this rule of like
Like the
continuing to
required
learn Latin.
language class.
It's
Mhm.
basically that. And he communicates this and he's like, I think it might be best to reconvene at the keep with Brent Sr. and sign any formal agreements.
Agreed.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, hops on his mount. Follow us. Keep your guard. Who knows what creatures might be lurking. And as you crest the hills after a few more hours, you come onto the top and you look down at the valley that is in between these two large hills, and you see a devastated countryside. There are fields that have been scorched to the point where the crops are like, there's like a combination of like they're scorched from the heat, and those that don't die from the heat seem to be like withered and like turned into like this like soupy like like sort of rotted mess. And it's turned parts of the countryside into kind of like swamps, and there is a keep, a large keep on the far side of the hill, in between the hills, that looks rough, but seems to be holding. And a number of goblins and ogres and all sorts of like creatures that seem to be like building forts and like on the countryside, and a variety. And everyone roll a perception check for me.
I got an 8.
11
20.
for Nona. Nice.
Okay. You spot that there is some on the far side of this, what looks like high in the sky, the green dragon retreating. Whether it's fleeing, it doesn't look like it's fleeing from something more than just flying away. It looks like it has high up in the sky, but it is heading honestly in the direction of Broke Point. Not to Broke Point as far as you can tell, but just heading towards the east, retreating to the mountains. And it looks like these creatures that are setting up forts and stuff out in the countryside, there's some organization to this. Like, these are not creatures that naturally form, these sorts of like waging a war or a campaign against places. They seem to be erecting like siege weapons of some sorts, like homemade. And the Brent looks at the surrounding area, sighs. They're making more progress by the day. And as you're looking out, how do you guys want to get to the keep? So you can see that at this point that some of the forts and other stuff are like starting to surround the keep. So you can either try to sneak by, just using like the rotting vegetation, and try to like creep your way in. The barrows are a little bit big, so they might hinder you a little bit. Alternatively, you could just try to book it and run past everything. You could try to create a diversion, but
Is there?
the ones or
Sorry, I was.
the
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I guess, is there a reason that we don't want to be seen by these people? Because we are
Only
here to help
Brent
them.
fears being these are not people. These are like goblins and
Understood.
like
Sorry. Okay.
trolls and
Yeah.
ogres that seem to be like supposedly the Green Dragon's troops or something.
Why not just go through them?
And Brent does explain that, like, I'm sorry, you guys are also, like, you looking at this, if you go into the keep, you then will be stuck inside the keep, and it will be very hard to get out. So, like, should you wish, you can also just stay outside for the time being.
I'm gonna lean over to Brent. Is there a tunnel, maybe, that you all have that's secret? Secret tunnel. That do it. Sorry. Is there a secret way in or out of the keep that maybe is a safer path in order for us to speak?
There was one, as he points towards a small hill that a fort seems to have been erected onto. Must have cropped up after our excursion. I don't think they know of it, lest they would have utilized it by now. But we do have an underground tunnel that crops through the small hills here. He points down.
I'm just gonna look at the rest of my party. Shall we just keep away from the keep until we find a way to defeat them?
That sounds good to me.
Sure,
I mean,
yes.
we do want
So-
to meet with the Duke and sign contracts before we do anything, correct?
Well, Morta, do
I-
you want to sneak in? We can stay out
Mm.
here with the Barras.
Always happy to try.
I can speak on behalf of Brent Senior, Brent Elder, that
Okay.
my word carries the weight of our family. So
Then maybe
I
we
can-
find where the dragon is.
I can commit, should you reclaim our lands, half of our troops would be committed to this war.
Well, here it is. Then we stay. Is there a place you would recommend that's safe to set up camp, Brent?
I would want to gain a little bit more distance. And he points towards like a hilltop that's behind that doesn't oversee the valley, but oversees the hill that was overseeing the valley. And at this point, Brent is looking, and the sun is starting to set. And Brent is. We did not bring much rations. I hope you are willing to share. And
From some snackies.
and the troops are, relieved that they don't have to go hunting for animals. And you basically pull back, and Brent presents to you all the question: how are you going to approach this?
We should go find where the dragon's hunkering down. Lair or whatever.
That might be harder to do than it sounds if he's somewhere in the Shattered Divides. It's a large mountain range.
But doesn't somebody have something where they can like attach a thing to like a creature or something and like track them?
It's a large
You mean
range,
a
but it's
peacekeeper?
also a large dragon.
Does no one have any information on where they see it go when it leaves? I ask. Brent the Young.
They kind of, the scout speaks up. Yes, they, as he points towards like two mountain peaks that are to the west. They seem to disappear in that direction. Our scouts, besides myself, have not returned from any excursions. They talk about, their, like, there is very little that they can offer you in assistance right now. They have some men, but most of their group is surrounded in the keep. All of their forces that they have are within the walls at this point. And they're not sitting down idle. They're building anti-siege equipment and other stuff. But as far as you know, they are aware that the dragon is to the west and between two mountain peaks. It's the same road that actually it's the mountain peaks to the south of the road that goes towards Broke Point. Sorry. So basically, right here is where it seems to communicate that the dragon heads out that direction. So. But Brent is very eager to know how you plan to approach this.
Well, maybe we should try and find the
Maybe a
dragon.
little chat.
Ornick might have some things to say.
Say about tracking the dragon? I mean,
Well, not necessarily. Maybe befriending in a way.
I would certainly like to try and speak with the dragon. Maybe we can bond, even though we are technically separate races. Legend says that we go back. I would definitely like to track down the dragon and, yes, seek an audience. Try to negotiate. With all his minions around, it might be difficult to get directly to him, but I think it would be important for me, especially, out of all of us, to be there.
My
Was there-
brother, as the Dragonborn speaks up as you guys are discussing, and looks at you,
Pronouns.
Ornick. No, not speaking to you. Speaking about
Oh.
his own brother.
Gotcha. My
speaks-
bad. I was like,
my-
Ornick's a sister.
I was like,
Brother sought an audience as well. He met the dragon's jaws. He warned.
Was
but
there...
also, go ahead.
Is
Oh.
ornery.
Has there been any indication of what the dragon wants and why it's here? Is it attacking a specific location? Is it going after a specific person? Is it only building its horde?
Well, it seems to be, as he looks down at the countryside, raising our fields. It has not committed its strength towards attacking the keep. But it seems to be establishing a domain.
I see.
As he
So
points
maybe-
towards the road and everywhere else that is like become like this sort of miasma around it.
I wonder, Ornick,
But
if
is
a
there-
negotiation could be met, if there's land that the duchy is willing to give to the dragon's domain in order for peace to be found.
That's very possible. Yes, I was going to ask as well. Is there a history of when the riders broke from the dragons? Is there any wrongs that they had seen, or was it just the dragons dying off?
We never broke with the dragons. The dragons dwindled. And to be clear, we would rather die than give up our lands.
Even to your dragon kin, who you used to ride with?
Whoever that is not our kin. Else they would be.
I have a more
Less
aggressive
destructive.
idea for how to take down the dragon if we need to. So, I don't know if Ripple can make like explosive beads or something, but we could combine forces because I have my phantasmal force where I could like make it look like a dude's coming up and like begging like up to the dragon's lair and like begging for the dragon to like stop like like raising their lands or whatever. And obviously like the dragon would like immediately be annoyed and just like bite down with its teeth. But if it had like something explosive, like if it was like if I did the phantasmal force over like a scarecrow or something that had like the beads attached, and then its head would like explode when it bit down. Yeah, so that's my idea.
Would we want to be
Just to be
hostile?
clear, by the
begin
way,
with?
rules just for Phantasmal Force, you have to see the creature to cast it on them.
Well, yeah, I would
And
go.
you have to be
I would
within,
go
like,
like
60
sit in a
feet or
tree or
something.
something. I'd go climb up into a tree.
It's not impossible, just, just clarifying. they have to fail the save to believe it's an illusion as well.
We'll call that Plan B.
It's a great plan B.
It's a great plan B.
I'm all about exploding the dragon if it does not go well.
Might I offer some suggestions?
Absolutely.
Liberating our keep may be one direction. These rudimentary sieges could be dismantled from the outside. With that, we could start to reclaim a foothold.
Are you saying strike the minions first and then the big guy later?
While our keep is surrounded, House Aloy can offer little in support. That is what I'm trying to communicate.
What do we want to
We
do
will do
both
our
at the
best.
same time?
And should our house fall, our keep, our duchy, we will have no troops to lead in the oncoming wars. So, our lives are important for ourselves, but also for you.
Well, that is what we are here for, to help you not lose more. I think Ornick, Morta, Ripple, Gabriella, we all have a good point here. I think we should find where the dragon is, do our best to negotiate, and hope we don't die.
I'm gonna turn to the guy. Do you have any explosives? We just for backup.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Valid.
Any explosives we carry are safely secured in our keep.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, I will leave you all to discuss. We will patrol, and should we encounter anything, we will retreat and notify you all.
Ripple, maybe the spell you should have given Gabriella have some pyrotechnics involved?
I don't really do pyrotechnics.
Maybe
I've
now's
got-
the time to learn?
I've
Are you
got.
asking the water creature to do pyrotechnics?
He did give me the create or destroy water, and if I get it to eat that, like, and do destroy water instead, it'll like mummify its head.
If only.
And brain and stuff, so that'll kill
It'd
it,
be amazing
right?
if that worked that way.
There's
It's
literally a spell that can do that, but it's a level like 7 or 8
Ah.
spell, I think. I think it's like something's horrid wilting, and it like sucks the moisture out of
Oh my
creatures.
gosh.
Well, I'm glad that we have a plan C now.
We're very
Anyway.
prepared. I suppose we
Gotta
should.
be prepared with this, yeah.
Well,
Head out.
I guess we go find the dragon.
Wish ourselves luck.
I
That
guess.
extra AC point's gonna really help out here.
Yeah. Or an spell of like also the concealment would probably be helpful
Mhm.
too when we get close.
Especially because I'm disadvantaged on stealth now. Yikes.
Me too.
The
Or is that something that I
Drag-
can like unequip while sneaking through this, with the risk that like I would have?
Isn't it
Yeah, you wouldn't.
technically like a whole action to remove armor and a whole action to put it back on, or is that
I think
only
it's
heavy
more.
armor?
I think it's more. Heavy armor's 20 minutes.
5 minutes. 1
Yeah.
minute to remove medium armor and 5 minutes to put it on.
Mm.
Light
You got to
armor
do
is
all
a
the
minute
little
by
buckles
itself.
and stuff.
You got a lot of straps.
Yeah. But in a pinch, if that's really what we need, and then hoping that we do not get caught.
Mm.
I also would be at the same AC as I was before. You know, this.
What time of day is it? Is it getting close to night?
Yeah, the sun is setting at this point.
Okay. I dare say we wait to venture out until we have the sun on our side.
I
You don't
agree,
think night would be better?
Well,
Oh, that's true.
that is a good point.
Sneak our way through the or around
At
the
least
siege stuff.
if we are going to be traveling through an open countryside that has been recently scorched by a dragon, nighttime might be in our best interest.
Head out ASAP.
All right. Shall we take the
You guys
Barras
taking
with
the
us or leave
Barras?
them behind? Yeah.
I think we should leave them behind if we're being a little sneaky about this.
Yeah, if we're approaching the dragon,
I also
we'll
don't want to put
stand
them
out
in
more.
danger.
Yeah, poor babies.
Do you remember the
Prince-
mother?
Oh no, not the mother. Prince, will you mind watching our Barras for us?
Of course.
Thank you.
Just please leave some rations for them.
Of course. I have some fresh buttered rolls from my village. Here. I hand him like a small like burlap sack of fresh rolls.
Sounds like my mother.
Oh, darling, we'll have to exchange recipes sometime.
Brent nods and sneaks a buttered roll first and eats some. And
Okay.
Do you have another buttered roll?
Yeah, I have plenty. I'll pass them around.
the other dragonborn kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. Kin, might I discuss? And takes you to the side and looks like very like serious. The name is Os. I may have eavesdropped, but please, should you wish to negotiate, do not do it in good faith, because the dragon will not either. It ate my brother. Did not talk. Be on your guard. Do not put yourself at risk. I would not lose another kin.
Yes, thank you for your warning. I'm so sorry for the loss of your brother. I'm sure he meant a lot to you. And
It is
I
war.
expect that we need to negotiate as best we can first, but if it comes to it, you're correct that we cannot trust this dragon. As magnificent as they are also very dangerous and fickle.
Make sure if you negotiate, you have a way to retreat.
Yes, of course.
And it backs off. Os backs off, and he gives you a very heavy pat on your back. That kind of like it's strange to be around another tall like dragonborn. It's the first in a while, and you guys are able to head off. As you make your way to the west, you can see like sort of sputtering torches that blanket the countryside. And you navigate around far to the south of it away. But you see maybe like 5 or 6 forts that have been erected, including one that you don't find until you get to the edge of past the road on the other side to the edge of the mountains. And you can see the only entrance that seems to be like not covered in extremely sharp and jagged terrain is a solitary fort that seems to be erected at the base of the mountains. It looks to be much similar make to the others. And you can hear the mutterings of goblins and other creatures lurking in there. And somewhere beyond, the dragon. Well,
Let's go.
we will see what happens next time as we reconvene. I think also next week is right. We'll do a holiday. We might not be able to do next week.
It's the holiday.
Sorry. Yes, not next week, and then not 2 weeks from now, because that's the holiday
Labor Day
weekend for like Labor Day.
I'm not going to be
So-
around, but you guys are also welcome to.
So we probably won't meet you all, our people watching, for 4 weeks from now. So
That's such a long time for a dragon.
it'll give us time to think.
That is
That is-
such a long time when we're about to face a
Good thing it
dragon.
wasn't a
Oh my
cliffhanger.
gosh. Oh my goodness. But thank you, Adam, for such a great session. And thanks everyone for watching and hanging out. I know we had a lot of fun visitors in the chat today. And just to respond from an earlier comment, no, this is not OnlyFans. I promise. That was a very strange comment, but I hope you do enjoy D&D and we'll come back for D&D. But we hope to see you guys next time. Tomorrow we will be here with Pick Up D&D. Monday we'll be here with Echoes in the Grey City. And Saturday, even though we will not have Casus for the next few weeks, this coming Saturday we will have our one-shot with Daggerheart. And then don't forget, our biggest announcement right now, September 2nd, Nicole and I will be interviewing Keith Baker and his lovely wife, Jen Ellis, about their new expansion for the Daggerheart world. So we hope to see you guys then. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Mm-hmm.